Welcome to the Working Man Committee Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon T. Like, subscribe, join the conversation of the Working Man. When I say Working Man, that's men, women, whoever out here getting it. So, we got Tim Scott here. And Tim Scott has entered in the presidential race. And Tim Scott, I'm going to tell you about Tim Scott. We got the presidential race on the Republican side. You got Trump, and then you're gonna have DeSantis, and they gonna DeSantis gonna try to outdo Trump. Trump gonna be Trump, and they gonna battle and so forth. And then you got other candidates that are more civility and so forth. And then you got Tim Scott here, and you got Tim Scott, and you got Mike Pence is supposed to be getting in, Nikki Haley's in there, and the regular politics side. You're gonna have Trump, DeSantis on the junk talking side, and Tim Scott on the regular candidate. How do you handle business side? And we'll see how it goes. So we're gonna go to Tim Scott when he is announcing his candidacy. So we'll go to take a bit of his speech and so forth. Go ahead, Tim. How your business?
Live in the land of opportunity. We live in the land where it is absolutely possible for a kid raised in poverty, in a single-parent household, in a small apartment, to one day serve in the people's house, and maybe even the White House. This is the greatest nation on God's green earth. Today I'm thinking back to my grandfather, born in 1921 in Sally, South Carolina, in the Deep South. By the time he was in the third grade, he was forced out of school. His education was over, and he was forced to start picking cotton. But my grandfather lived long enough to watch his grandson pick out a seat in Congress. That's the evolution of the country we live in. My family went from cotton to Congress in his lifetime. And it was only possible because my grandfather had a stubborn faith. Faith in God, faith in himself, and faith in what America would be. He looked beyond the pain of his present, and he saw the promise of his future. That black man who struggled through the Jim Crow South believed then what some doubt now in the goodness of America.
That right there. Jim Crow South, Sanders tried like ain't nothing happening.
I was 7 years old when my parents divorced. We moved in with my grandparents. My mom and my brother, we all three shared one bed and one bedroom in that 700 square foot rental home. Well, my grandfather said to me, son, you can be bitter or you can be better, but you can't be both. You see, he chose patriotism over pity. He focused on the windshield of his life and not on the rearview mirror. And today, I'm living proof that America is the land of opportunity and not a land of oppression. Amen. I'm announcing today that I'm running for president of the United States of America.
Yeah, he's feeling good right there. Yeah, so Tim Scott has put his name in the hat. Yeah, Tim Scott here put his name in the hat for the presidential race. And hey, like I said, There's some good things he's done in the Senate. He's from a senator from South Carolina on the Republican side, and so hopefully, like I said, we'll see what happens. The opportunity zones was definitely something that their bill that he sponsored and so forth. And like I said, that was a good policy, real good policy. And with that being said, this has been a Working Man Committee podcast. I'm your host, Brandon T. Like, subscribe, and we will see you later. Peace.